Hello, everybody. This is Chidi Myles. So we're expecting everyone to be online right now. So all right, I can see Onyi Magic. You're welcome, and we're expecting more people to join us online right now as we expect our speaker to join us. So just hold on. We are together. All right, hello everybody. This is Chidi Myles, and today we are going to be discussing a lot with Sir Bayonle Arashi, and I look forward to actually sharing this platform with him. And I know that we are going to learn a whole new things today. So as we await Sabai only coming, we will be having some amazing moment. I can guarantee you. So just stay tuned. Let your friends know that something is happening right now, and let them know that something like this is going on. We'll be speaking with an amazing person who has actually been an amazing person in the profession. He has guided the likes of us in making good decision. He has been amazing.
All right. Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir. How are you doing?
Good morning. How you doing? It's morning here. It's early
I'm
morning.
good.
It's early morning.
How are you doing? I'm really good. How are you doing, sir?
Awesome, Chidi. How is everything going?
Wonderful. Wonderful. Really, we are actually looking forward to an amazing conversation we'll be having today. And there
Absolutely.
are so many people that will be learning a lot today. There are so many people that will be learning a lot from us. And I look forward to it. I really appreciate the time, sir. Welcome one more time.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. How is everything going? How is the weather? How is the atmosphere and everything? And I hope you're doing well. I'm following your progress, and I'm very
Good.
proud of all you're doing. Keep it up.
Um, Thank you very much, sir. Like I always tell you, we are actually proud of what you've been doing. We are looking up to you, and you've always been there guiding us. Whatever, anything you want to do, you're always there, sharing this advice. You've actually been reachable to us, which has made everything really go well. And I believe that the greatest gift we actually have is the gift of access, having people like you there to guide, to be there. When you made yourself reachable for us, it has been really amazing, sir. And that is what has made whatever we are doing today a success, actually, sir. And I say thank you
I'm
very much
honored.
for the gift of access.
I'm honored, bro. I'm honored. You're welcome.
Uh, uh, Actually, I have some questions that the community brought up for me to discuss today, and actually have some of them. As we'll be expecting more people to be joining us, I'll be asking you some few questions, sir. And I trust that as we continue, there will be so much to learn. So, are you ready,
I'm
sir, for
smiling
this?
because some of my friends are joining, and one of them just made a very laughable comment. I've always told him I'm not a politician. Politicians are the ones that become ministers. But who knows? I see you, Amos. I see you, my brother. Footballers Connect. Chidi, you need to know about Footballers Connect if you don't know about them yet. It's owned by one of my brothers as well. A very hardworking guy, very, very hardworking. And what he does for young players, I mean, huge work he's doing, exposing just exactly what you are doing, exposing fraudsters and giving players information, opportunities, data, helping players. If they send them fake invitation letter, it will always be there to call the clubs and confirm. So definitely somebody you need to reach out to and follow as well. You're going to learn a lot from him. Just to put that there. No, I'm not doing politics, guys. All right, Jimmy, go ahead with the questions.
Oh, I'm really, really happy, sir. Footballers Connect will be meeting. We're having a meeting on Sunday because I'll be live with them on Sunday. And you are right, they're really amazing people, and it's very wonderful having people like him and having them. And so the first question we have today for you is, most times we hear of the negativity surrounding the football in Africa, especially here in Nigeria. But despite all this negativity, there have been some prospects, there have been some properties. So what are some of these prospects you have seen, especially in the grassroots level, the prospects you are actually seeing in the grassroots here in Africa?
You said prospects. I mean, this prospect has always been there. That is not the problem we have. I mean, Africa has, over the years, even before some of us were born, produced some of the finest football players that have done exceedingly well for themselves, that have made a lot of difference. So the prospect is not the problem. The problem I have seen, and that is so obvious to folks like even you, the person that take to listen, is the fact that there is no program in place, no that path that young people that have prospect, as you said, can take to from being just a prospect to becoming a professional or to becoming somebody in life. So, and this is what all the great countries, all the great football associations have done, and that we are all enjoying today. The Premier League recently became, I think, was it 22 years old or 20 years? I'm not sure. And they were giving the data of how many players that are playing in the Premier League, how many goals are scored. There is a system, it was only then that I knew that apart from England, France has the second highest players in the English Premier League, followed by Scotland. So you have to have a plan. If we don't do this, it will just keep being the same round cycle. I mean, so the prospect is there, definitely. But hopefully some of us in the future can have the opportunity, based on the plan and the vision that we have, to be able to make some of these prospects not to continue to waste, and give them a platform and a path to really achieve their dreams. So that's the best answer I can give.
Wow. That is really, really amazing. So you're right. I believe also that the prospects are actually everywhere. So when we talk about the prospects, we look at some things like the academy. Like personally, I've been a fan of your work even before knowing you as a person. I've actually dreamt of going to Midas Football Academy because I went on Google and I typed top 10 best football academies in Nigeria, and Midas Football Academy was one of them. I thought, okay, maybe this academy, the people that wrote it must be working with you. So I went to another source, like 3-4 different sources, and I saw that you have been this consistency with Midas being among the top 10 best academies in Nigeria. So right from time I actually had this passion, this love for Midas. Even when I traveled down to Lagos, very funny story, I ran away from home and I wanted to, for them, Midas was that academy I really wanted to go. So we have a lot of startup academies that are looking up to you and looking up to the standard that Midas Football Academy has created. What's your advice to these startup academies and grassroots academies that really, the administrative levels that they actually portray, they have not gotten to that standard that you have gotten to. So what advice can you give to these academy administrators and coaches that are starting up, sir?
That's a very interesting question. Thank you for asking. First and foremost, I must say I'm humbled by what you said. Finding the academy and traveling and finding out about it and all that. But I am not in a very happy place as regards where Midas Football Academy is right now. I mean, but you also have to be thankful for the fact that the academy still exists, right? But that's not one of the things that happens in Nigeria. I don't know if you are aware, either a company or an academy or whatever, but that the chance of any company making it for the first 5 years is about almost 90% that they're not going to make it, right?
Yes, sir.
But God be the glory, since 2008 that we started training, we have not closed our doors for one day, right? And that's, for me personally, it's a lot of work, and that's not me. That has to do with the folks that work with me, my people. I've always had amazing team. I've always had amazing team. I think one of them is actually joining now, Cyrus. He used to be a goalkeeper at the academy, and even when he left, he could not just leave totally, because he saw the vision too while he was at the academy, and it was like, I want to be a part of this vision. So it's very, very important for you as a leader of an organization to always sell your dreams to your team, to your proteges, to people that are working with you, because what kills most business in Africa in general, or for us as African people, is that we always think somebody's going to take what is ours, you know. Somebody will take you out, somebody will take my idea, somebody will. I am not. I never think that way. I always feel it is very important for you to share what you have. It is when you share your vision, when you tell people about your vision, that's when they can be able to key into it and follow you. We have seen this happen so many times to so many leaders. Going forward to your question, we are actually hoping by now that we will have our own facility where players can wake up in the morning, train, go to school from there, the ones that want to take the education path, because that's what we do at Midas. The ones that want to take the education path, go to school. The ones that want to take the educational path, go to work, go learn a trade. We have 4 that we actually like that is in our curriculum. Studying photography and videography, which is my own path. Studying fashion designing, mechanical engineering, like learning how to fix cars, and of course computer, anything to do with computer. That's the plan. We have not been able to execute as we want, and so that's why I said I'm not in that place. I want the academy to be here, but we have the methodology there. The philosophy is there, sitting there. We're just hoping that someday we'll be able to build that. But the fact that we are still operating over the years, in as hard as that economy is, as tough as it has been, even worse in the last 7 years, I think it all credit goes to my team. All credit goes to them. But going forward to your question, that what is the advice for anyone that has a plan to do such? I have to tell you this: it is not for the weak. You know, it's not a journey for the weak. It's not a journey for someone that expect immediate results. That's one of the reasons why I haven't gotten investor yet, or investment yet in the academy, because most people that wanted to invest, they will be asking you a very tough question. When am I going to get my money back? You know, am I going to get my money back in 1 year or 2 years? But football money, soccer as we call it here, does not work like that. You know, out of 20 players, one of them might be the one that will make it, that will have that needed full capacity to be able to become a professional. The rest of the 19, like I always tell my players or anybody that cares to listen, they might not make it. The odds are very, very, very high. There are a lot of things involved in becoming a professional. But thank God for how the game has evolved over the years. There are other things you can do if you do not go ahead to become a professional. So any administrator, any aspiring football academy owner have to have a big picture in head. Like, what are the other things I can do? When you it is, Don't worry, you're going to play for Arsenal in the next 2 years, or you're going to play for Manchester United, or any of the club you want to mention in the head. Most of the time, it never works like that. Never. So there are a lot of other things that have to be put in place. So, for example, you making sure that the players are training, let them have an opportunity to keep learning something. Don't focus all their attention on football. Football is, you're going to play, but don't let them focus that. I mean, we have 24 hours a day, right? You can't play football for 24 hours. Let's say you even train twice a day. You train in the morning, and then you come back home and you have breakfast. The hours between 10 and 4 o'clock, you can go and learn something. Learn how to fix a shoe, learn how to fix computer. Go learn something. So that if football does not work, which, like I said, the odds of it not working is very, very high. You can always have something to fall back on. That was some of the things I wrote in my book, which I'm sure you read already. So, an aspiring administrator must see this and must put this at the back of their mind. It is very, very important.
Well, I'm very, very excited. There's so much information that we've been receiving right now. Concerning your book, definitely I'm going to be talking about it later on. And you talked about some of the initiatives of embedding education, handbook into academy. Now, talking about that, how do you think players can be able to balance between schooling and being involved in a football academy?
I don't understand that question. Can you repeat the question?
How to balance the equation, studying and being in a football academy, going to school and coming back and going to a football academy.
I mean, the leaders of the academy.
Hello.
That's where the role of the leader of the academy comes in. Where the leader of such organization is the one that will have to sell this idea to the players. Just like I'm telling you right now, you have to let them know. Look, guys, if you have a teenager between the ages of 13 and 19, that is like 6 years gap, right? That is the best 6 years of your life. You can do whatever you want to do between those 6 years. In fact, like I will use the word one of my mentors used. You can actually choose to waste it and not do nothing between those years, right? But once you clock 20, most of the time your parents are telling you, hey, oh boy, you have to go and find a job. So instead of wasting, if you use those 6 years to find something to do, if you want to play for which I know an average youth, at least 18 out of 10 youth in Africa wants to play football, want to be a footballer. They want to be the next video coacher, the next the next whatever, an average person want to play football. But they always don't tell themselves this basic truth. Do I have the talent? Do I have what it takes? And even if you don't have what it takes, am I willing to put in the work to get to where I'll be able to say it is not for the faint-hearted, like I said earlier. Whatever you want to do, hard work is involved. You must work hard. So between that age 13, or let's even say 16 for you and 19, you must make a difference. You must be able to do something. For me, for example, I will tell you, I never liked it in my teenage years, but my dad did something for me then. I was in technical college after my high school. I couldn't get admission to University or Polytechnic. So my brother sent me to a technical college to go and study broadcast communication, right? And I don't know whether you know this part of me. So I was in technical school between the ages of 16 and 19. It's a 3-year diploma course. By the time I came out, I had a diploma in broadcast communication, in radio and television engineering. That's actually what it is called. But it's more or less, what it teaches is more or less broadcasting, right?
Okay. Yes, sir.
When I came out at 19, I got my first job as a broadcaster with More International Television, So my path to professionalism was so smooth. But I will tell you this, I don't want to use the word hate, but I dislike my dad then when he was taking that decision for me, Because normally a teenager that just finished high school should just go and play ball. I wanted to play ball too. I wanted to play football, but nowadays your dad will beat the daylight out of you. Like everything is school, 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 school. So that was how I became a broadcaster. So at 19, as soon as I finished in 1999, I was 19 years old in 1999. I got a job. I graduated in August, and I got a job in October. So I started working as a professional. I started making money that early, right? Wow. Not many youth of these days do that. They don't even want to do it, right? But that same system back then is still there, and it is still working. So if you want to have a football academy, or even you are a youth that is listening or watching or that will watch this later, the best years of your life are those your teenage years. It doesn't mean that in your 20s you are a failure also. At that age, it's just that, as you know me, Chidi, I will tell you, if you are a 20-year-old and you are still in an academy, you are wasting your time. Period. I say this every time. If you are 20-year-old and you are still in a soccer academy or football academy, you are wasting your time. Because maybe if you have the intention of playing for the rest of your life in the local league, in the Nigerian Premier League or in Africa, then that's fine. But if you have the intention of playing professional and you don't want to do all the age groups, because I don't like that either. Like people telling me my real age is 24, but my football age is 16. Once you tell me that, I block you off. I'm not sorry about it, because these are some of the things that have set us back many, many years, over the years. I am not a fan of that. So let the leader of the academy give the players the big picture from the beginning. Guys, as you are learning how to play football, get something to learn so that you can be making money, you can be supporting your parents. And now that even if things are so hard in Nigeria, I mean, you can't be a man or a boy child, and just sit your butt down in the house. I don't want to use the wrong word. And just not do anything. And just say it's football. I just want to play football. I just won't play. No, you're lying. You're lying. After you play football in the morning, get your butt out, go and learn something. Yeah. If you have a parent that is willing to pay for your education, go and prepare for SAT, for TOEFL, for any of those professional exams that can give you the opportunity to find admission in a foreign school. So these are always there, but it all boils down to the leadership of such institution.
Wow, there have been a lot of blunt truths you actually said out there. Like they are literally players that I would say that disappointed right now because they are our program. They are our program. We've seen 25-year-old grassroots, we've seen 26-year-old grassroots. Right now, with what you've literally said, what can you say to these folks? Because we have seen them. Majority of these people are already in, some of them late 20s, early 20s, and they still have this passion. They still believe, they are still determined. They feel that yes, they can do it. And sometimes they reach fairy stories online where a 30-something-year-old man made his debut, a 20-something-year-old person just skyrocketed and he was in Europe. So they have this, they believe that if that person can achieve it, they can also. So what can you tell these folks that have this kind of strong belief at their 20s, 23, 24, 25, 26, down to 28, who still believe they can still make it, but that's still the grassroots level, sir?
There is nothing wrong in having a belief. I mean, I'm actually someone that actually preach for anyone to believe in their growth mindset rather than a fixed mindset. If you have a growth mindset, your self-esteem will be high, your belief system will be high, and it will help you in life. But we are talking about the game of football here, and you are a football person, and I don't want to just throw you out there. Who can you remember as the best young player in the world right now? Just give me one name. Just give me one that you can remember. That once I say it, you can remember. There are many of them.
Gavi, Pedri.
Okay, good. Pedri. How old is Pedri?
Pedri is 18.
17, right? He's 17 years old.
Yes, sir.
He's 17 years old.
Mm.
And he's already playing for which team? No, which team?
Barcelona.
Okay. There's Camavinga in Real Madrid. I saw him come on as a substitute the other day. He's 18 years old. And we have a bunch of them in the Premier League as well. How do you can you now compare these players at that age already competing at that level, and you in your 20s, you are still believing, you are still hoping, you are still thinking you are probably going to be I'm trying to remember this Leicester City striker that came out suddenly and is doing so well for himself right now. What's his name again? The forward. I forgot his name.
Vardy?
Who?
Vardy. Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy.
No, I'm talking about Leicester City striker.
It's
England.
Jamie Vardy. I think it's Jamie Vardy.
Jamie Vardy.
It should be Jamie Vardy.
Yes. You're saying you're going to be the next Jamie Vardy that was a late starter
Exactly.
and that made it. Yes, you can believe that all you want, but this is the truth. And I remember I told you that before. We in Africa, and I'm saying Africa because that's the bigger picture, right? We don't have such system in place. That was the first question you asked me, if you remember, right? We don't have a pathway where a player can start playing football very early on, and then by the time they are 13, 14, you already know which of them can play competitive football or will keep playing recreational. That's what we call it in the United States, right? By the time, for example, Midas is starting here now. By the time these kids get to 13, you have to separate them. Some of them that will play in that same 13 category, they will play in what they call the elite league. Those are the ones that are talented. It is not football. You don't have to like hide or lie or make it good to them. You have to just tell them the truth. And then the rest of them that are not good enough, they will play recreational. Believe it or not, some of them that are playing recreational, in about 1 or 2 years, they will be able to match up with some of them that are playing elite. So you take them out again and add them to the elite. So that is the system that works. We don't have such system. An average person in Nigeria does not start playing football until maybe the age of 13 or 14. An average child. Number one, due to maybe nutrition, they don't grow very early. Two, the academy is not there. Everybody say, I have an academy, I have an academy. They do what they have, right? And then the federation itself, the football federation, does not have anything in place for academies to be able to help these kids. There's nothing in place, you know, and that was like yesterday when somebody made a post that the current FA chairman is thinking of going for the third time in the office. I just posted on the comment that I don't want to say what's on my mind, because if I say it, I'll be in trouble. And it's not like I was afraid of saying what was on my mind. It's just that I just feel like it's just been silly, right? That just for like the last 8 years, what have you done for the football, right? So if we don't have a system in place, these boys have to be told the truth. Once you are in your 20s, the chance of you making it is too low. It's too low. Wow. Jokes apart, it is too low. That's why I recommended in my book, and like I said, you read it. I didn't read it, the intention of the book was not to really like make money. I want to make money, of course, but to make this thing that you and I are talking about now very clear, to draw it home to them that there are other things you can do. You love the game, right? I told you I love the game. I wanted to play, but I couldn't play because my dad forced me to go to school. But look at my life. I've been at football administration I've been in football all my life, the last 22 years. I've been in broadcasting and covering football. Imagine how I was able to come back into the same game that I love, but not as a player, but as an administrator. Yeah. But now, based on the things I have learned, I'm sharing it, I'm giving it back, so that other people that are probably walking the same path that I have walked can be able to use those ideas and use it to affect their own life positively, so that they don't make mistakes. I mean, I see 28-year-old players saying, oh, I want to come to your academy. I'll be like, no, you can't come. You'll be wasting your time. But at 28, you can decide, if you have, for example, you have a parent that can sponsor your education, you can decide to go to school. Go get yourself a coaching license. We have NIS there in Nigeria. As not so popular as it is, if you go to National Sports Institute, you will still get yourself a diploma that can get you a job at a distant club, maybe as a vice or something, and then you can start growing from there. And then I see my academy head coach join now. That's my academy head coach, Emeka, what's up? I mean, I don't want to start talking about him, but that's one of the again. Don't let me keep saying what I'm saying. So if you are in your 20s, do not say it is football or nothing, please. I mean, Emeka, like I said, knows the story of some of the kids that we know. We know them when they were in GSS 3, SS1, and we could see that these guys can make it. And today they are playing professional football. Today they are playing professional football. It might not be at the level they expect, but they are playing because they were young when they started and they have the talent. But if you are 25-year-old and you are 16 and I want to come and join your academy, or it is this football or nothing, it's okay for you to be that delusional, but make sure you have a backup plan. If not, some of you will remember this interview or this video in 5-10 years and you'll be like, dang, I wish I had listened. Because that is actually the worst thing in the world. Don't try to make that happen to you. That's what I can do.
Wow. Because there are so many talented players right now that just like what you said, they wasted their time because they had no backup plans. They had this idea of it's football or nothing. I have uncles like that. Right now. It's not a cool one, but they're riding Okada because there wasn't a backup plan. Going forward, you just showed us your book, which is the roadmap to success. I personally have read it. Also, I would like to say that it's not free. I bought it. So in the African culture, they have not cultivated this reading culture. It's like, imagine telling a player to buy a book. It sounds, to an African player, it sounds strange. They look at it like, what are you saying? I was expecting you to say, let's come to the field. I was expecting you to say, let us do this or do that. And you're saying they should buy a book. For them, it doesn't make sense. So what can you say to correct this myopic mindset that has actually crept into this breed of players, not to understand that even the game itself is a professional one that needs to be studied, not just on the field of play, also from the book, the wisdoms that have been imputed into a writing that can help develop and enhance their growth. So what can you say to those people with such a mindset of not wanting to read books like that?
That's a very good question. Thank you for asking. I mean, I'm not surprised. I have seen such comments myself too, and I will tell you a personal story. A friend of mine on Twitter shared my book when it came out in 2020. He shared a post about this person is an influencer on Twitter, and I was following the comments, and the comments were just so laughable. I mean, I was not angry at any of them. I was just laughing. And one of them was, which book JJ Okocha read? Which book can you read? You know, and they are right. They are right to ask me such question. They are right. But the truth is, then things were not the way they are now. Then the truth of the matter was that things were actually better then than now. Players have more ways to showcase their talent. There is an easy way for you to be able to pick them up. I mean, you might probably be very, very young, or maybe not born in 1993, I don't know. But everybody saw Kanu played at the Under-17 World Cup back then, right? They saw Sunday Olise played. And a lot of them don't even know that some of these guys, Sunday Olise is a graduate, Victor Ikpeba is a graduate. These guys went to school. Ikpeba went to Yaba College of Technology. I remember that very, very well. Sunday Olise is not a coach. He has a degree. Kanu might not have one, but he was easily the best among his peers that time. For those kind of people, it is easy to spot them and bring them up.
Okay.
Right? So you cannot say, oh, you need to read a book or anything like that. But this kind of mindset that you said now is one of the things that is actually like a major disease in our culture. It's not only footballers, even school people don't even read. Even entrepreneurs don't read. Even our leaders don't read. Somebody asked me a question someday. Have you ever seen a photo of our current president reading a book? Have you ever? You know, the number one citizen, and this is not a joke, the number one citizen, have you ever seen a photo? If anybody sees
No.
have you ever seen it in the book? So
No.
So, that should tell you how much of a disease it is. We don't take knowledge as something important. And the Bible says knowledge is power. Our teacher says knowledge is power. If you don't have knowledge in any area of life or in a specific area of life, you are just going to be just another person that just walks the path. I could have been anything else, but I chose football. And now, not bragging. If you want to compete with me in football, talk about administration, talk about tactics. Even as a coach, I'm going to get my G license in a couple of days. I just got my 11B11 US soccer coaching license. It doesn't mean I want to be on the line coaching, but continuous education, right? Continuous education, continuous learning. You can never throw it away. If you want to compete with me, you will see. I mean, I'm going to kick your ass. Let me just put it out that way. If you want to compete with me in that area, you're going to have your work cut out for you. Because that's what I know, right? So if you want to be one of those 1% in a particular category, be willing to get massive education for it. How do we change myopic mindset? That was your question, right? Before I dabble into other things, is to do what we are doing right now. To continue doing what we're doing right now. Telling the kids that, look, if you want to be ahead, if you want to be like one of your role models, things have changed. Apart from the training that your coaches give to you at your training, there are other things that you can do. You can actually predict success in football. Like, for example, in training, I've done a ton of videos explaining this, ton of videos. If you are a striker or that's what you want to be, and you are not scoring goals very well, and you are in a team, which is the first thing you should do anyway, join a team. And you're in a team, call your coach, say, coach, how can I be a better striker? This is what I love to do. That coach, if you ask him that kind of question, it will not be crazy. He will be like, wow, this kid is smart. He will tell you the truth. Either you are going to be a footballer at all, or he will tell you, why not try this position? Or even help you to transit you to another position and make sure you make it. But the fact that a lot of them are cocky or ignorant or just doesn't want to do what is needed, they don't ask questions, they don't seek knowledge, they think they just leave every day. Just wake up in the morning, talk trash or talk whatever you need to talk, go to the field and come back home and sit down at home and walk around the streets and chase girls about not their purpose, which we all did at one point in our life. I'm not saying it as a saint. I did it all, right? But what helped me very early on was the very hard education that my father gave me. My father was a very forceful man, a total disciplinarian, total. You know, he was like, do this, do this, do this. I saw it as something very bad then, but now, as a 42-year-old, I mean, I don't think I would live my life in any other way. I always thank him. My dad is my best friend right now. So sometimes those tough love that we get when we're growing up, that we hate so much, are actually things that will shape us as we grow up in life. So continuous education is what we are doing right now. I see what you are doing in your community. You have almost 200 pool of young people in your group, teaching them constantly. Some take them, some don't take them. That is why you see that a football team only have 11 players on the field. You have 60,000 people clapping for them. How do you think that happened? Because those 11 on the field for each team, making 22 total for both teams, they did the extra. They got the extra knowledge. They put in the extra work. That was what made them to be the ones playing, that it became a show for other people to come and see and be clapping for them. They practice discipline. They practice things that are necessary to get them to where they want to be. So if you want to make it, if you want to get to the top, you have to be willing to pay the price. And as you have said, it's all in the book. So the book was not written to make you, to force you to read. No. If you don't read it now, I promise, you read it in 10 years and be like, oh, I wish I had read it. Because the things that you need to know is there. That maybe if football is not working, maybe there's so much you can do. A lot of people don't know. There was one guy in what is that club? Is it in Senegal? A journalist, young guy like you, Chidi. He's been covering Sadio Mane. It's a very interesting story. You can find it on internet. He's been covering Sadio Mane all by himself. On the radio, he writes about him. Sadio Mane did not send him message, right? See, when he moved to Liverpool from Southampton, now that he's in Bayern Munich. You know what Sadio Mane did when he went to Bayern Munich? Sadio Mane gave this young man the exclusive right to be the one to cover him, his presentation in Germany to at Bayern Munich. He flew him over to Germany. And this is all this guy knows. The guy said, when they asked him, why are you doing this? He said he wanted to play football, but when football did not work, he has to look at something else to do. So that's why the importance of mentor is very key. You can have a mentor at any level. As a teenager, you must have a mentor. I have a mentor. I have people that can tell me, hey, boy, send me this today, and I'll say, yes, sir, I will do it. You know, some of them older than me, some of them younger than me, but they are my mentor. You know, so it is very, very, very important for you to always have somebody that you look up to, that you can always ask questions. And you said something earlier on, which I don't take for granted, that I give you access. That's how it was done to me too. You gave me access, you know, for me to be able to ask them anything. So the best thing you can do for such people is to give it back. Give whatever you were given, pay it forward. You know, each one teach one. I always say. So when you teach others and you move on, because you don't even know, tomorrow you are here, today you are here, tomorrow you might not be here anymore. Like the Bible said, that our life is like a mist. Today you are here, tomorrow you are no more. When you go, those people can pick up from where you go because they know what you stand for. They know what your values are. And then they can keep on the work. So I hope that answers your question. I know it was longer, but I had to more than
answer, because there's so much we are learning. I'm learning a lot. I know people out there watching this are learning a lot. And it seems like you are in my mind right now, because I wanted to actually talk about the mentorship. And that is the next question I really want to ask, because I understand the importance of mentorship, because it facilitates everything you do as an individual. It helps you overcome those obstacles that you would have initially passed through, but since your mentor has gone through it, it makes everything easy. Then bringing it to the football world, how can we define a mentor to a player who has a coach already? Like for a player, a grassroots player coming up, who should be a mentor to such individuals?
That's very easy. We are in the world of social media these days. Just look at me and you. You are in Port Harcourt, right?
Yes, sir.
You're in Port Harcourt. I am in Texas. And just look at us. We can easily, you can say something and I can hear you and I can give you a response.
Yes, sir.
That answers the question right there. Like I always say, in a couple of videos I've done online, if you are a football player as a teenager, let's say you want to pass the ball like Xavi Hernandez. Maybe you remember him as a child, watching him in the Champions League or in La Liga. All you need to do is to go to the University of YouTube. That's what I call it. Go to YouTube, type Xavi Hernandez highlights or Xavi Hernandez. It will bring you tons of videos. I'm telling you, one of the easiest way you can do it. Watch the video. You can tell me, okay, yeah, I'm in Nigeria, I don't have data. Okay, that's true. Copy those video links, go to Ikeja or somewhere, tell them to download this for you. I mean, I see people do this a lot. Download the videos, download maybe 20 or 30 at a time. Put them on your phone. Watch them back to back. Watch what it does, right? And then go to the field and practice it. That's one. Two, you have a direct mentor in front of you every day, which is your coach, right? Your coach, that's your number one mentor. Most of them, a lot. Are you still there? Okay, you're still there, right?
Yes, sir, I am.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you back. A lot of coaches don't know why. A lot of people don't know why coaches coach. But the opportunity that some kids are having now, and they feel that one of the best ways they can pay it forward is for them to give the younger people an opportunity, to be able to develop their, make them become better than they ever was. And some of them are hoping in the future you can pay it back to them or pay it forward. So that's your second mentor there. The third are the people around you, your family, your brother, your younger brother could be your mentor, your father could be your mentor, but they are all around you. Ask them questions. For example, like I said earlier, if you want to, whatever you want to be, you can ask people around you, oh, sir, do you think I'm a good player, or can you come and watch me on the field? And they will tell you the truth. It is not so hard. It is not hard at all. They will tell you the truth. And once they tell you the truth, you can make use of those vital information that they have given to you to make a decision for yourself. Do I really think this thing I'm doing, I'm going to get all the way to the top with it, or let me find something to do? I can give you at least minimum 10 other things you can do apart from playing football that is still going to end up for you. Yeah, the internet is fluctuating.
It's frustrating. Yes, I'm very, very sorry for that.
Oh, that's fine.
Also, sir, it's actually been really, really amazing. If you look at this aspect of the way things happen here, I want to ask in regards to coaching. Yeah, because we have a lot of grassroots coaches that their aspiration is to go pro, not just to just be at the grassroots level. How do you think they can brand themselves to be seen, to be visible, for them to be recognized for the works they are doing, sir?
Very good question. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you now. I think we have to reschedule because the network seems to be disturbing seriously right now. I don't understand that.
That
It has been
that
really, really amazing.
that is totally fine. I think if just make sure you save this recording and you can easily post it on your page, so that people
Yes, sir.
that couldn't join us can watch, because that's at the end of the day, that's the message we were trying to pass. But quickly to answer that last question, social media. Coaches need to brand themselves. I mean, we've seen there
Yes,
was
sir.
one in your group the other day that we saw the video he did. When you are coaching, let somebody hold your phone, record you,
Yes, sir.
sharing your methodology, sharing your philosophy, post them. You can't be
Mm.
like a coach and all you post on your phone is about Bobrisky or about accidents in somewhere, or you know. If you are a coach, a soccer coach or a football coach, keep talking about your game. If you
Mm.
look at my page on any social media platform, all I talk about is leadership, motivational, and I answer soccer
Yes,
questions.
sir.
All I talk about revolves around my life, about my game, about what I do. That is what anybody, a coach, a player, whatever you're doing, that is what you like to do. So that when people see you, because that social media thing represents you first before people meet you. Once they see that, they can easily have a picture of what you are like or what you'll be like before they even meet you. So coaches needs to start
Yes, sir.
using their platform that is given to us for free. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Somebody mentioned Telegram. There's so many of them. But Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
LinkedIn is also there.
huh?
LinkedIn.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many others that you can make sure share your works on them. If you don't have this skills of editing and all, learn them. If somebody is teaching them,
Yes, sir.
pay to go and learn. Right? It is very important.
Yes, sir.
These are just some of the basic things I think I can share. But I appreciate you for bringing me on. And I'm going to do a promotion real quick. If you really don't want to stress yourself, if you want to have a path,
Mm.
go buy this. If you
Go buy. Yes, sir.
roadmap to the successful football career, if you do not have access to the hard copy, which shouldn't be difficult, I have a bookshop in Abuja, in Ibadan, in Lagos that have the hard copy. The digital copy is available online as well at seller.co. It's very easy. You will be able to understand. You can read it in a day. It's not a long book, but it just
Yes, sir.
goes straight to the point, right? I wish everybody the best.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, Chidi. Please stay safe, and we're going to
Thank
meet
you
very
very
soon.
much. Because I really appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir. Bayonle. And we are wishing to see you soon. I hope you are coming to Nigeria very soon, sir.
Very soon. Very soon. Very soon.
All right. Thank
Thank
you
you
for
very
being
much.
with us,
Have a
sir.
good one.
God bless you.
Thank you for everybody that joined in too.
You too,
Thank
sir.
you. All right. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. Thank you, everybody. Bye, sir.
Please share with me, okay?
All right, sir.
All right.
All right, everybody. God bless you.